Hello, my name is Paul Emmanuel, URK22CS1054 from the lab Building Applications using Flutter. Now this is the experiment number 10, user authentication using Google's Firestore database. So now we have developed an application that connects with our database and check if the user is present or not and allows him manually. Now this is a basic concept, not fully authenticated with Google Firestore database, but it matches up the name and password and allows the user inside. So now we have two files for this experiment. Now this is now what we see now. This is the main file. This is the login screen. And after login, there's going to be a application obviously. So now for now we have designed a dashboard screen dot file. Now this screen will be shown after we log in. So now we have this. Now we are already designed all the text fields required. Now we are asking for an email text field and a password text field and submit button. When clicked, it is going to connect with the database. So the file that helps us to connect with the database is here dot app. So these are the files that require us to connect with the database: dependencies, versions, minimum SDK versions, build script files. So let's run this program. So now when I type an email password that exists in a database, it is going to look up in the database. So this is the database here. So now this is a separate collection we have created for this experiment, namely user collection. So now we have added a simple user. Now the username is student. So for general checking purpose, we have added a blank name, dummy name, email, password, and his phone number. So now we are going to log in with these credentials and check if the application allows us inside or not. Email is student@gmail.com. Password 123456. So now when I click login, it's going to check if device are present and let us in. So when I click login, so now it verified the credentials and let us in. So what if I give a different email or give a wrong password? So will it accept it? So for this, basically it's a simple application. I'm going to implement it again. Now let's check with a different email ID, or maybe the same email ID but with a different password. Let's check if it gives any error or it just lets us in. So now the password one. So I have given a different password now. Now let's check if it allows us in. So yeah, it returned that it is an invalid email or password. So it did not match up with the database, so it returned an error value. Now like password will be correct. Now I'm going to change the email ID. Let's check if it allows us or not. I think it did not allow us inside now also. So now let's check with the real credentials. Yes, now it allowed us inside. It verified the credentials and thus we can access the application. So now from this experiment we can understand that we can also use Google's Firestore in authentication system also, but this one is a very basic strategy implemented. So we can prevent bots from creating a new accounts using advanced security policies. So now we can improve this further, but we can add a small step layer to the application by implementing a login system. So now it really works, and everything works perfectly and the code works very fine, and the users are allowed in based on the database, what the information is stored in the database. So thank you for watching.